Hello and welcome to the second First Player Marker video. I am Neil. This lad here is my son.
I am Joel.
Joel's 11. We are still in Karnak, not our normal place, because we're still on holiday. And in celebration of the fact it's our second video, we are going to be looking specifically at games that are for 2 players and 2 players only. So there are plenty of games that adapt to 2 players quite well. Like Dominion, quite like the 2-player version of Alhambra, but those aren't included. These are specifically for 2 players. I'm kicking off. My first one is Lost Cities, which is a game by Reiner Knizia. It's just going through yet another reprint. There are the way you play the game. It's a card game. There are 5 potential expeditions, and you are laying down cards of ascending value on your side of the board against those expeditions. As soon as you have committed to one with a single card, it's going to basically cost 20, and you need to get above 20 to start making a profit. Otherwise, you are losing points. You can also double, triple, or even quadruple your investment or loss by committing the handshake cards before you start laying other cards down. So that's my first one, Lost Cities.
My number 1,
Number
5, is a game that's not really a tabletop game, although it is played on a tabletop. It's not really a board game though. It's called Klask. It's about using a Klask to hit a ball around the board into your opponent's goal, and you gain points by doing that, or by your opponent getting 2 magnets that are stationed in the centre of the board onto their Klask, which is magnetic. You need to get 6 points to win, and it's a great 2-player game.
I haven't played that. He hasn't played my number 5 either. My number 4 is a game called Seven Wonders Duel. So this is a specific 2-player version of Seven Wonders. It's you lay out cards and you are building. There are 3 ways to victory. One is through military strength, the other is through scientific discovery, and the third is through pure points. And so you're going to be building to get resources, which will be using to build your wonders. It's a great game.
No, it's
he
not. It's
really
the worst game in the world!
It's actually on Board Game Geek the highest rated game out of everything we're going to mention. So clearly I'm right and Joel's wrong.
No, it's the worst game ever!
Your number 4, Joel.
My number 4 is a lot better than yours, and it is Jaipur, which I am sure is going to be in your list somewhere. It is a game where you collect cards of a certain good to buy a certain good that will give you a certain amount of points. To win, you need to win 2 out of 3 rounds, and you do that by getting goods that give you points, or playing multiple cards to get a good, and there is a 3 special token if you use 3 to get a 4-1 and a 5-1.
Yeah. You get bonus points from those.
I have only actually played this once, but it is very good.
You play it over a certain number of agreed rounds, which is usually 3. And so someone's probably likely to win 2-1 or 2-0. Which brings us on to my third choice, which is Jaipur. So I actually agree with him that it's better than Seven Wonders Duel. Ever so slightly, because I put it at number 3. Your number 3.
My number 3 is, Daddy will hate this as well, Pokemon trading card game. It is a game where you use Pokemon, active Pokemon and benched Pokemon, to defeat 6 or less of your opponent's Pokemon. If they're EXs or GXs, you take 2 prize cards out of the 6 instead of 1 because they're more powerful. You get these cards by buying a 10-pack with 10 cards that are random, a 60-pack which are carefully chosen cards to suit the type deck, or a GX box or GX pack. A GX pack has a massive, or EX pack, depending on what times you watch this. has a massive box filled with 4 of the 10 packs, a small version of the EX and a big version of the GX card,
Okay.
and 2 coins. And then the tin comes with one of 3 or 2 GXs or EXs and 4
Are you
or
actually
5.
just explaining everything about the game that's ever been ever?
Yeah, and
Why?
5 packs of 10.
Okay.
And there are a lot more.
I was wondering when you. I know nothing about Pokemon.
Yeah, it's very good. It's clever.
I couldn't
And
be
it's
sure when he was going to finish.
strategic.
Okay. He's actually wearing Pokemon. But he's probably going to go silly now.
Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all.
Thank you. My number 2 is Star Wars Risk. So if you've ever played Risk, then you'll have a small amount of familiarity about how
It
this
is in
game
the
might
past
work.
video. It is in the past video.
It is mentioned in a previous video,
As in my top 10.
but it's a great 2-player game.
So my number 2 is Codenames Duet. Also mentioned in the last video. It's basically Codenames, but there's a team of 2, and there are only 2 players in the entire game. You have to find 15 agents in 9 or 10 or 11 turns, depending on how you pick. Yeah.
And it's a good adaptation for 2 players. It can be played by more. And finally, my number 1. If you've watched the previous video, it'll come as no surprise that this really had to come in at number 1 because it's Patchwork. Uwe Rosenberg's 2-player masterpiece on laying out multiply shaped dominoes, as Joel described it last time. It's like Tetris on a board with buttons as your economy. So yeah, it's plays in 30 minutes. So that's mine. Patchwork.
My number 1, Daddy mentioned earlier, is Star Wars Risk. He didn't mention that it's played on Return of the Jedi in 3 battles during the Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I didn't. That's from the original trilogy, not the awful 3 movies that came
the reason why
afterwards, but set before.
Codenames was lower in my list than Star Wars Risk in the top 10 because I was going for the entire Codenames series.
Oh yeah, it's fine, yeah.
But Star Wars Risk is better than Codenames Duet.
I mean, I didn't include Codenames Duet on my list because actually I probably prefer main Codenames.
Yeah, I do too.
So, that's our top 5 games for 2 players. If you like these videos, then please subscribe. Our intention is we'll be putting on some playthroughs, certainly of Star Wars Risk, which we've tried a few times and it's failed to record.
We've tried it twice.
Star Wars Carcassonne, we have a video of that for those of you who want to watch a full playthrough of the game.
If we do.
No, that's safe. And we'll put any links that might be necessary in the comments below.
Oh, there's also Battleship Shuffle, which is something different in America.
Oh yes, we have a video of Battleship Shuffle, which is causing, as you said. So, thank you for watching.
I should have put that on my list.
Oh well, too late now. Oh well, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.